Ned, in terms of the organizational blind spots when folks are trying to do this cloud transformation, and one of the things which I'll just pointed out is around the cost implication. But what are the other organizational blind spots when they undertake this journey?
You know, I'm not sure they're blind spots, but it's just a matter of attention and focus. It goes back to cost and perhaps bringing the conversation too much built up around cost and losing sight of the opportunity that a cloud platform can bring to the organization in terms of innovation, scale, and rapid design. So if it becomes an equation of cost, there are decisions that are made where the platform is not as scalable as it should be, and that opportunities for growth are not as robust as they could be. I mean, ultimately, there is a very significant transformation of the enterprise that is possible with these technologies today. And it's a bit of a fundamental rewrite of functional lines. So we talk about who, you know, the new role of the CIO. Is there a new role for the organization around the chief digital officer? I think the book that's on the shelf out there is a good one. I had the chance to talk to one of the authors, and it makes a strong case for leadership for this type of change coming from the top, and that's around the CDO. So I've managed to pretty much move pretty quickly away from your question and talk about something else. But you know, I think that's another blind spot, is thinking my functional role can solve this problem.
Do you think there is a leadership deficit?
Maybe not deficit, perhaps. I mean, it's a great, wonderful opportunity. I think a lot of individuals are seeing that. So it's not a deficit. Perhaps it's there's too much of it, right? You know, who's going to play that role?
So, Ken, I'll put you on the hot spot because you're the most comfortable here. You know, we keep hearing the word cloud, and then we hear innovation. Almost every response, it's almost like they're joined. Are they really? Do you think cloud is an enabler for innovation, or is it really required for innovation?
There's lots of ways to achieve innovation. I think cloud is one of the tools that can drive innovation. I think, you know, just adding on to the last question, it ties together as to how do you drive innovation. And John, we talked about this earlier. You know, I think one of the failures in the enterprise is looking at cloud, as a project, as a particular thing that's being implemented, as opposed to a holistic approach of looking at it across the enterprise. And when you look at it across the enterprise and you bring the right disciplines in up front to think about, what am I doing here? Is this a social media campaign? Is this a change to my accounts payable? Is it a change to an investment strategy, methodology? Whatever it is, you can then bring in the various disciplines across, not just the IT organization, but you can bring in compliance, and you can bring in legal if you need to, God forbid. And you bring in all the other disciplines you need to up front to understand what is this and how are we going to enable change? How is it going to do innovation? And how does it affect the rest of the organization? Because then you avoid the hiccups, you avoid the surprises later, you avoid the unknown costs of having the runoff that you didn't anticipate, or having compliance issues later or other things. So I think it's a combination. Yes, it's definitely you need cloud for innovation, but I think that's got to be done the smart way.
And you think organizations are prepared for this?
They're starting to be. I think they're starting to become aware. I think, you know, sessions like this are starting to give more awareness. I think that some of the financial services organizations have a little more awareness now. Early adopters, I think, is starting to see it more in healthcare a little bit, a little more in retail. But I think as it spreads across different industries, in advertising, of course, and as you look at other industries, I think there'll be more adoption, and there's a great need to look at this in a little more detail.